Good morning and thank you for joining us on THV 11 and streaming on your TV with THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller. Hayden is off today. Meteorologist Tracy Bean is standing by with a check of your forecast. Lots going on.
Yeah, and the forecast is important. There's a lot, maybe thousands of people that are heading to Central Arkansas, and they're all going to hang out together and have a good time. So let's talk about the weather and how that could impact you. We are looking for some isolated storms through early Saturday morning, beginning around midnight again here in Central Arkansas. A bit disruptive, and that could impact your tailgate setup again in the overnight hours if maybe you're in the RV, or in early morning. I think the gates open at 6 a.m. So make sure you're securing those tents. We're going to see some gusty winds, but the rain should be ending before noon. That's the good news, and we're going to start out a little cold. So make sure you take a poncho with you tomorrow morning if you're headed out, and then also dress a little bit warmer. We're going to see things warm up and be a little less wet by the afternoon. Sunshine with a drier and cooler air by kickoff. It's going to be great. We just have to get through that morning time. Now we've got a frontal boundary that is in the state. You can see that difference in that dew point, 63, 67 here, and there's a secondary one behind it. That's going to give us that disruption as far as some of those storms that could be a bit stronger at times. But currently it is 70 here in Central Arkansas, starting out and just a little muggy out there, but it's not too bad. But I've got a much better forecast ahead, and including some cooler weather for most of next week. Stay with me.
Thank you, Tracy. Developing now, questions over trust in the government are front and center as the latest monthly jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics is due out in a matter of hours. It's the first report since President Trump fired the agency's top official. He accuses her, without providing evidence, of worsening previous numbers for political reasons. It's not yet clear if he'll accept future reports if he doesn't like what they show.
Can you commit to saying the data will be credible?
The number, I don't know.
Whether the firing undermines trust in official data or restores it remains up for debate.
The idea that somebody might lose their job because of a bad number is a very, very poor way to manage the government.
I do believe that the data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics has deteriorated in quality and reliability over the decades.
The monthly jobs report is set to be released this morning at 7:30 our time, 8:30 in D.C. Meantime, the U.S. Department of Labor is reporting that unemployment numbers here in Arkansas dropped a little bit toward the end of August. There were 181 fewer new jobless claims in the week ending August 23rd compared to the week before. Arkansas's unemployment rate is holding steady at 3.7%. And this morning, the White House is defending Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after a heated hearing Thursday on Capitol Hill. Take a listen.
We're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
With respect, I do not think I'm the one making things up.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
You're wrong.
Kennedy even drawing fire from staunch Trump allies over recent cuts to vaccine research and access to the COVID-19 vaccine. The HHS secretary questions the efficacy of vaccines and has elevated unsupported claims about their alleged harms. But that's apparently not a problem, according to President Trump last night.
He's a very good person. And he means very well. If you look at what's going on in the world with health and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
This was Kennedy's first appearance on Capitol Hill since he fired former CDC Director Susan Minares last week, sparking a number of resignations at the executive level. Before Thursday's hearing, a new CBS News poll showed a majority of Americans disapprove of the job that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing as health secretary. The poll also shows 74% of Americans believe vaccines should be made more available. Now, back here at home in a crime alert, Bryant police are asking for help finding a hit-and-run suspect. A man was hit and killed near Reynolds Road and the I-30 exit early Thursday morning. Police are not yet releasing the victim's name, but they do ask anyone near that area between midnight and 2:20 a.m. to please come forward if you have any information. A man is now behind bars in connection with the death of a woman from Hampton. Arkansas State Police arresting 55-year-old Roderick Fremont this week. He's charged with first-degree murder in the death of 62-year-old Catherine Bryce. Hampton police found Bryce unconscious last Sunday after an assault report. She later died at a hospital. And in Garland County, concern is growing over the disappearance of this man, Gary Gosley. Gosley was last seen Wednesday night at a home in Mountain Pine. He may be driving a red 2007 Toyota Tacoma. We're told he has high blood pressure, which raises concerns for his well-being. Anyone with information is asked to call the Garland County Sheriff's Office. THV 11 is following up on that black bear attack in Franklin County that injured one man. The victim is in a Little Rock hospital after being airlifted from a Fayetteville hospital. We've learned samples from the bear's body are being sent to a lab in Little Rock to be tested for rabies. Game and Fish officials expect the results due back within the next 3 days. Attacks by black bears like this are extremely rare, the first reported in the state in at least 25 years. A new clinic dedicated to the treatment of ALS just opened in Northwest Arkansas. UAMS in Fayetteville hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony Thursday. Also commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. Over the course of the disease, people lose the ability to move, to speak, and eventually to breathe. A Bella Vista man diagnosed with ALS 6 years ago says the new center will be a relief with all of the new treatment options now available.
All the different care you need, wheelchairs, breathing equipment, aspiration equipment, all this stuff, they help you with it.
The new clinic will help fill the need for therapy and ultimately help address disease progression. Now let's go back to check in with meteorologist Tracy Bean, monitoring tomorrow's game day forecast, tailgating, lots of things going on, Tracy.
Yeah, I bet there's some folks that are already starting at some point today. So we'll talk about today's weather and then we'll jump to tomorrow. We are starting out with partly cloudy skies this morning, temperatures in the low 70s. We're going to continue to see that cloud cover increase, and that means we could see those temperatures in central Arkansas, highs in the upper 80s, a little more sunshine, maybe the lower 90s. Again, just keeping that in mind. I think high school football games are looking okay. We're going to start to see some of those storms pushing in from the west, and they're going to continue into the overnight hours. Now, some of those could be strong to severe at times. I do have that weather impact alert for all of our early tailgaters, but the good news is should be out of here before noon, and football kickoff, well, it's looking perfect.